I'm your host, O'Neil Froggy Golds alongside.
Kane the Shrub Watson. I mean, it's 3 p.m. our time, Jamaica time. And I mean, we have been having a jam-packed week full of sports.
Oh,
we
Lord.
name it, from cricket to football to track and field to basketball news. I mean,
Where do we start?
for sure, we're going to have a jam-packed show, and we have an overtime edition today because today we have a special guest, former badminton national champion, Caribbean champion. I mean, all those accolades. Once you know your badminton, you're supposed to hear about the name Roy Paul Jr. He'll be with us in a few seconds, but again, want to big up all listeners out there.
Fit FM,
Fit FM 96.7, the Primal 4K app, Facebook,
YouTube, the World Wide Web.
The World Wide Web. He's in Studio West today. He has some business to attend to, but you know, at the midway point, in half an hour time, we will have the controversial boss
himself.
With, I know he's going to stir the pot, because I'm sure he has something to say about the reggae boys, something to say about the track and field,
something to say about Shensia.
I mean,
we haven't heard about Shensia in a while.
Yes. But I mean, that will come at the midway point, and then we'll run up straight up to 4:30, because I mean, we have a lot to cover. Because I myself was at the stadium yesterday, and trust me, it was an electric atmosphere. And to see Jamaica lay down the gauntlet with some of those times, not only in the sprints, but over other distances like the 400-meter hurdles, where, I mean, we have competition where people are making Olympic qualifying times and not making the team. So, I mean, hats off to all the competitors so far. We want an injury-free championship leading up to the Olympics, and the Olympics is coming up in about 30 days or so.
Yeah.
The highlight of the Olympics is what we are gearing up towards. But before the Olympics, we have the Euros and the Copas going on. I mean, sports is just, you just turn on the TV, sports is going on.
It's just sports.
And I do remember, after the controversial boss, the phone lines will be open. And I mean, Colleen, tell us your take. I mean, I'm sure somebody has something to say about Kishane Thompson, Shelly-Ann Fraser,
Sharika, Tina Clayton,
Malik James King. I mean, even the India winning cricket, because you yourself saying that it was
built for India.
And I'm saying, but India is the number 1 ranked team in the world.
The
football, callers, I'm an Italy fan, so call in and throw some dirt in my face, some lasagna, some pasta, because my team, Italy, is out of the Euros. We lost earlier, but we cover all of that in the show, later on in the show. I mean, but we do look forward to your calls, and to all the listeners out there, we'll give you the number right after the controversial bout. But right now, I want to introduce to you, as I said, I mean, I can listen to all his accolades, but during the interview, he'll break down.
Definitely. He'll definitely break it down.
Accolades, because I'm surprised he's a Triple Crown winner in the Caribbean, and he will tell us that venture, because, he's my friend, and he tell me, he's a Cuban, and I'm supposed to remember him same way, because him go down and destroy everything. And I said, you do that, right? And I said, you was a badminton player, man. Said, best believe.
But hold on, normally when you hear Triple Crown, it has to do with thoroughbreds.
Yeah.
You look like we have a thoroughbred right here.
Yeah, we have a thoroughbred in studio. I mean, not on the Cayman strap, but on the badminton court.
Definitely.
So I want to welcome to the Primal Sports Center my dear good friend, Roy Paul Jr.
Thank you, Kane. Thank you, Mr. Golson. It's a pleasure. I've always heard of Primal Sports, and it's an honor to actually be here live and in person.
I mean, Roy Paul, I know you personally, and I know you talk louder than that. Let the people hear your voice, man. Let the people hear your voice, man. I know you're not a shy fella.
No, certainly not. Definitely not.
All right, so badminton is your claim to fame, but tell us, growing up, where did it all start for you? How comes you took up that badminton racket, and where did it all happen first for you?
Well, actually, my mother played badminton. My father played cricket for Jamaica, so I had the option of playing cricket or badminton. I actually started out playing both, and I was actually good at both. But then I steered more towards badminton because I was more successful and I was traveling the world more frequently than I would if I was playing cricket at that time.
Okay. That sounds like me at table tennis and football. That's why I chose table tennis over football. Because I say, I'm better at this table tennis thing. I don't have to compete with 22 others to make a team where, in our sports, it's mostly like a 3-man team, 4-man team. So, but that is different. So you chose badminton over cricket. So I guess you in favor of your mother. Your mother probably won that battle again. And daddy just have to take a back seat and say, hey.
Well, my dad was supportive, so he was like whichever one I wanted to play, he would support me because, as I said, I was excelling at both in high school, and I was number one in under 12 and under 15 very quickly, and then I started looking at the senior team, which my mentor was Robert Richards, who everybody know. He was number one for quite a while. He mentored me, and I actually took over. When I was 19, I made the senior team, played my first Caribbean games in Jamaica. Actually, won goal too.
Yeah, in the first
Really?
Caribbean.
First Caribbean?
Caribbean Juniors?
Yeah, Caribbean Juniors.
Oh,
yeah.
and I was at the age
One with
19.
one with Neil Saunders.
So you're a Caribbean Junior champion and a Caribbean senior. But before we get all into that, at what age did you start playing badminton?
9.
At age 9.
What-
So that was in, say, prep school, primary school.
Right.
What prep school was
So
that?
prep school.
Prep
is it?
school, Legany Prep.
They're gonna
Legany
prep.
prep.
And you transitioned to high school.
Which high school did you go to?
The best, Jamaica College.
Oh, 'cause
I'm sure
you
there
have
are
to
2
careful
kids
in
that
that.
college guys
You
here.
have to be careful with that one. I'm trying to do a peaceful interview here. But I mean, it's all in good rivalry. And one thing with these top schools, because Jamaica College is a top school, you know, they provide facilities for students, youngsters to hone their talents. And for you, go and tell us about your high school years playing badminton. Was it a case where you played at Jamaica College, they had a team?
Yeah. The number one player there was Garrick Edwards at the time, and he also helped me, and he was also instrumental in my development. You know, he taught me a lot. We were actually the top 2 teams at that time was between Jamaica College and St. George's, believe it or not. And we were always rivals. We would win. I think we won more team competitions than they did overall as the years went by.
So back in those days, so now I'm sure there's a badminton school league as well continuing going on. So back in your days, it was a Jamaica College rivalry versus a St. George's College rivalry. And through those years, tell us about those competitions coming up.
Well, through those years, I mean, they had a lot of national players that developed from the schools program, because you had like Neil Lewis, who was the number one in Jamaica in under 19 and stuff, and progressing onwards to the senior events. He also, I'm not sure, I think he won doubles. I don't think he ever won a national singles title, but he has won doubles and mixed doubles in the national. You know, so as I said, we had a lot of good rivalry. Garrick used to play against him. I used to play against Paul Leo, and you know, Paul was a number one player for many years in doubles and mixed doubles. I think he has won like numerous, over 10 doubles and mixed doubles titles in the National League.
So throughout your high school career, it was just only badminton? You didn't play any cricket?
No cricket in high school?
I played for Sunlight 1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
Sunlight, 1 year. So you bat or you bowl?
Bat and bowl
all
and
around
wicket
the
keep,
team.
everything. Followed up, but I'm mostly wicket keeper and bat. Like I followed in my father's footsteps. That's what he did.
Okay. So during high school, at what grade or what age did you win your first singles title?
I was 12
12.
when I won under 12 and under 15.
And you started at 9.
And I started at 9.
So I'm just guessing now. You won all the age groups coming up.
All
Under
my
12,
age groups.
under 15, under 19.
All of them.
I mean, senior championship. But I'm just going through the years now. And I mean, to fast track it a bit, you said you won your first Caribbean Juniors at age 19.
Right.
That was your
I
first.
was 18 going 19.
18 going 19. And that was your first junior tournament for Jamaica?
Right.
And
It
where
was
was this?
actually played at the National Arena.
Oh, so it was local?
Local.
Okay, so you defend the city?
Yeah, obviously, Jamaica is the best. You know.
Yeah, you have to do that because people in studio know something about that, you know, defending the city.
Yeah.
So that is good on local side.
Definitely.
Yeah. So tell us about that experience playing your first Caribbean Juniors in front of your home crowd. I'm sure your parents were there watching you. Your brother was there watching you, your whole family.
Everybody. Well, you know, to be honest with you, it is so funny because actually my doubles partner at the time was Vishnu Seychelles.
Yeah.
And Neil Saunders' partner was Steve Amin. But when we were playing the team events, Steve and Neil lost our match, and our coach Jimmy said, you know what, Roy, you're going to play with Neil for the rest of the team competition. Neil and I played, and we were both 2 defenders at the time. We used to just defend a lot. We never used to. When we were split, it was 1 attacker, 1 defender, 1 attacker, 1 defender. Then the coach put 2 defenders and 2 attackers together. And then when it came to the individuals, we thought we were going back to our regular partners, and the coach decided, no, he's leaving it with me and Neil Saunders as a pair. It so happened that Neil and I, we went all the way, and we actually won gold.
Wonderful. For the viewers out there, for the listeners out there who don't know about badminton, what's the difficulty ratio compared to, for example, table tennis or other sports?
Well, I can't speak much on table tennis. I play what is called ping pong. You know, Kane is who plays table tennis, because I have even watched him the other day playing against, Peter Mo Young, and it was very nice. I actually enjoyed myself, It was being a fan. It was like I was at a competition. And but for me personally, the difficulty in badminton is that badminton is a very challenging sport. A lot of people think it's a girly sport, to be honest with you. When I look at it, I say, badminton, idiot sport, that man.
A lot of people say that. Some people say that about table
Sissy
tennis. So we can relate to that. We can relate to that.
But what they don't understand, badminton is one of the very few sports that work the entire body. All muscle groups. Shoulder, back, legs, everything. Mind, everything. So the most difficult thing I would think in badminton is the fitness level.
To stay fit.
To stay fit. Sometimes they say you have to train to hit the wall. That's the thing we had to learn to do. And we didn't learn that until we actually got some overseas coaches who came from Indonesia to teach us. And
when was that?
Stuff. We had an Indonesia coach, I think in 2001, I think he was.
Okay,
here.
by that time you were a senior.
Yeah, I was senior. I was almost on my way out.
Yeah,
2 years.
okay.
I played for probably 2 more years after that.
So throughout your junior career, you weren't exposed to that?
I was
Throughout your junior
exposed
career?
to international levels, but not a lot of international coaching. We had like Jens Maiboom from Denmark. We had a couple other players.
So most of your training as a junior was local with local-based coach?
With local-based coaches, yeah.
Okay. Fast track now to you winning your first senior title. How was that feeling?
My first senior title, well, I must say I was very, very happy because I wasn't expected to win, because after Robert got injured, everybody, so to speak, was more rooting for the golden boy at that time, which was Paul Leo. And it so happened that I was the one who defeated him.
In the final?
In the finals. Yeah.
So mentally, how was that for you, mentally,
For
going
me,
to that
I was very
final?
happy because, as I said, Robert was like, mentoring me. He told me that I had the ability to take over, and he was really instrumental in my development from the transition from juniors to seniors.
So even so, tell us about your badminton game. So for example, I know racket sports. I know Peter has a different style and I have a different style. You watch lawn tennis, we know Rafael Nadal has a different style, and Roger Federer and Djokovic. So, and I heard you mention in your junior days with the doubles, you were defensive. One was defensive, one offensive. But describe your style of play. How would you describe your style of play and what type of play are you as a badminton?
I decided never give up attitude. My thing was just never say die. No matter whether I was down 2-13, going to 15, I just never gave up. I played each point on its merit, kind of like Rafael Nadal. Just play each point on its merit and fight until the point.
So you're a fighter?
Yeah, and I was a scrambler. I run and dive all over the court just to get back a shuttle.
Okay. So you're more of an all-round player, and you adjust to what is comes to you. Because even so, we had conversation before, which we're going to get into, but I'm thinking now that never say die spirit and that fighting spirit must have come from your father, probably.
Well, both. My mom, but more my dad, because he played cricket, and
What I'm trying to get to, which school did your father go to?
Kingston.
Okay.
I knew that's what you were doing. I knew you were going to. And my brother also went to Kingston. And my late brother also went to Kingston.
Okay. I'm just saying, because I know you get from somewhere. You probably think, but big up Roy Paul Jnr. Big up Roy Paul Jnr. You instill a 40 spirit in him, although he went up all up road.
Definitely.
But I like that. And that's why, to me, Rafael Nadal is my favorite player, although I think Roger Federer is the greatest. Each have their own opinion, but that style of play, where, that never say that attitude, I'm sure I'd have enjoyed watching you play in your day. So, I mean, just to describe your style now and fast track now to your senior career, where you defeated Paul Leo in your first tournament. And you also told me you're 6-time national champion.
Yeah, man. I
6
won
years
from
straight.
1997 to 2003. Yeah.
6 years
straight.
That's domination. Yeah. That's dominant.
Years.
Yeah. That's domination. And
No,
opponent.
different opponent.
6 different opponents.
No, I think I played Paul twice. Played Garth Walker once. I played, who else?
You just,
So,
Just,
so you retired on
what-
top, or you were defeated for
well,
the
no, well, actually, that's what I was about to tell you. George, I am the second person to have won a Triple Crown in the Caribbean, and the only other person to do that was George Yu. But George was more known for doubles and mixed doubles. George, by the time I started playing seniors, George had retired from singles. But George Yu is a very legendary person when it comes to badminton.
so explain to the listeners out there, what is a Triple Crown?
Triple Crown is when you play all three events, singles, doubles, and mixed doubles, and you have to win all three
And
of
you
them.
didn't just win that on a national level, you won that.
That on the Caribbean level.
So you're the Caribbean champion in singles, mixed doubles,
and mixed
men's
doubles.
and mixed
Men's
doubles.
doubles, yeah.
And you did that in
1998.
1998 in the same tournament
Yes, in Cuba.
in Cuba. So you know where we're going right now. Take us to Havana, Cuba?
Havana.
Take us to Havana, Cuba in 1998 and describe that tournament for you, because as you said, you won your first singles title in 97. And I'm guessing over that period of time your game improved,
Evolved.
rise, and the results show. So in 1998 now, you went to Havana, Cuba, representing Jamaica, and you won a Triple Crown. Take us through that tournament, the preparation leading, I mean, your mindset going into the tournament, and
Okay.
what happened, because we know the results, and what happened to the tournament.
Well, I'm going to be very honest with you. I was not supposed to even make the team to go to the tournament because I was studying for exams. I was doing my business degree exam, and I was studying, so I wasn't even training or participating in sports so much at that time. My doubles partner then, Mr. Robert Richards, who everybody know, they call him Bird.
Yeah, man.
He was the one who said, Roy, I want you to come play doubles with me in Cuba. So, well, Bird, you're the president, you're the man. If you want me to go, I'll go, But, my condition, I'm not training, I'm not fit, I'm not anything. I'm sorry, come play doubles with me. So, I decided, got my sponsors to sponsor me to go to the tournament, went over there, started practicing, playing a little bit, bouncing around, everything. And then the fever come back, as you know, when you play sports and you leave it for a little while and you start playing back, that little adrenaline and fever came back. So I said to Robert, Robert, I want to play singles too. He said, no problem, since you're here, might as well. So I decided to play singles. Then Paul and Terry normally plays mixed doubles, which is, Paul and Terry are cousins.
Yeah.
And they normally play mixed together. For some reason, Paul couldn't make it to the tournament. So Terry was out of a partner. So since I could play mixed doubles very well back then, they said, you know what, play with Terry. So I ended up playing 3 events. Now, for somebody who is not in condition, you're not supposed to be even wanting to play more than 1 or 2 events, but I ended up playing 3. As the tournament progressed, I got a little fitter, got a little better. And when I reached the semifinals, I won that. And then when I reached the finals, I had to play against Christian Eriksen, which is Kenneth, who was the Caribbean champion's brother. And he decided to give his brother a chance to win a Caribbean title because he was always dominating everybody in the Caribbean.
Which country is he from?
He's from Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Kenneth Eriksen, a left-hander. But his brother Christian was a right-hander. So anyhow, he decided to set it up so that his brother could win a title in the Caribbean. So he opted not to play. Anyhow, Christian had beaten Robert in the semifinals. So I was like, wow. So anyhow, when I was ready to play the singles, I said, Robert, I told him the truth. I said, if I go all out for the singles, I don't know what's going to happen, how much energy I'm going to have for the doubles. His instructions to me was, listen, you have never won a singles title in the Caribbean, so go all out and try your best. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. If you lose, I will still carry you in the doubles because he and I was playing doubles. I had that comfort of my partner telling me that I was fine. So anyhow, the first set I played against Christian, I played very well and I won. So I remembered Robert had won the first set against Christian when I was watching the semifinals. And then Christian changed his game and he came back and beat Robert. So I said to Robert, because I didn't remember exactly how he beat Robert, the other 2 sets. So I went to Robert after the first set. I said, Robert, what did he do when you beat him the first set? He said, him start to hit the shuttlecross a lot. So I said, okay, great. So when I served, I just didn't bother to move because I expected him to hit cross. And I was just there, stayed and stopped and just blocking it straight. So he was just running down back his shot. By the time he realized what was happening, I was like 10-2 up. So there's no way he was going to come back. So it was like Robert kind of helped me by telling me, giving me some knowledge and perspective. And it actually helped me to win my singles. And Robert did deliver. He carried me in the doubles because I was tired.
Yeah. And the mixed doubles.
Well, the mixed doubles was a cakewalk because Terry was one of the best mixed doubles players. I was just there basically supporting her. So anybody that played with Terry was going to win the mix.
So you, in what sequence did you win, dude?
Singles first,
Singles
doubles,
first, and the mixed doubles, then the mixed. Okay, so you got rid of the singles first.
Yeah. Singles was the hardest start because doubles it was at 50-50, but Robert always carried me in doubles. Robert and Paulio, they're very excellent doubles players, and they always carried me through.
And what I like from what you told me all of that, you sat and you watched the semi-final and you analyze that.
Right.
So to all the youngsters out there, because I coach a bit of table tennis and I try to give back and help, and I try to tell even these youngsters now, they need to sit and watch other players play. Whether they're better, you think you're better than them or you're ahead of them or not, you can learn. But most of these youngsters, they're in their phones. They get a timeout from not playing or not training, and they sit on the top. And I say, guys, you need to sit and watch. Not to say only watch me because I am better, or you can learn from anybody. And one point in time, they're going to be your opponent. Because we play a sport where it's singles, and you will play Robert Richards at some point, and he's your close friend. And you'll play, what's the guy from Guatemala?
Kenneth Erickson.
And you sat and you watch that match, and you analyze it, and you went out there, and if you didn't watch that semi-final match, you'd probably go out there blind and then not know what to do, plus get help from your coach who played them as well. So I like that. And the message to the youngsters is that you need to sit and watch and analyze the sport. You can't just go out there and play.
There's one other person that I want to give props to because he was very instrumental in my fitness, and is a gentleman by the name of Mr. Carl McHale. I'm very grateful to that gentleman. He has played badminton at a very elderly age. He started badminton very late, and he was one of the top 5 badminton players in singles, Carl McHale. And he used to take me on the beach every Sunday and train me at Hellshire in the sun to get fitter and stronger. And actually, when I made the national team, senior team in 1991, when I was 19, it was due to his help.
People hear that out there? You have to do training off the court, off the table, wherever you run suns, you lift your weights, you get stronger. It's not only on your field, that's where you prepare. And I'm sure that also help you mentally to be even stronger because you get fit and you can feel your body. And even so, back to your Triple Crown. Your story from your Triple Crown just sounds like destiny to me.
Well, boy, I tell you,
from
that being totally fit, unfit, I winning 3 titles, that was amazing. I'm not gonna tell you, that was one of the best feelings ever for me. You know, as I said, it was just thankful to Robert because if he never asked me to come and play the doubles, I wouldn't have been there.
That just goes to show, even with a lot of setbacks, when you get your chance and you get your opportunity, you go there and you take it. And I mean, you wave the flag proudly, and trust me, Triple Crown winner. So was that your only singles title?
No, in the Caribbean?
In the Caribbean, in Caribbean.
I won doubles repeatedly. I won it about 4 or 5 times with Robert and Paulio and Neil Saunders. But I've never, that was my only singles Caribbean.
And also you have a
Pan and Bronze.
Pan and Bronze in doubles.
Yeah, with Paulio.
Oh, Paulio. So
Paul is a double specialist.
But it sounds like you are these teams. Are you on these teams? You're not giving yourself enough props. It sounds like you're a double specialist too.
I'm what you call it. What do you call it? I'm the anchor.
Yeah, the anchor.
I'm the anchor. I'm the anchor.
That's good. That's good.
The state of badminton now, I don't know if you're still in and around the sport, but what would be needed to improve the sport and take it to another level from where it is right now?
I just think if they get proper coaching, because we have a group of youngsters who are very good. I watched 1 and 2 of them play, like Samuel Ricketts. There was Gareth Henry, but I don't know if he's still playing, because I think he might have retired.
Yeah, he's retired.
But at one point I had offered my services, you know, to assist and coach, be a national coach, because I've done it before. I've coached both the senior and the junior team already. And I've offered to coach. I went to the president at the time, Mr. Tolan, and I told him that all they needed to do was just give me my gas back. Yeah. I did not hear back from them, so don't know what happened. But I'm still available to help my sport because it's my sport and I would love to give back. I'm not looking for any financial rewards. I'm just looking back for my gas. That's all I need. And I will give my time and stuff to assist them. So I don't know who is the now president, because I know they have changed a few times. So
I mean, I go put up myself. I can coach me. I go pick up badminton. Yeah. I mean, to the listeners out there, and I mean that goes
Former
to
Caribbean champion is offering to coach the squad almost for free.
Yeah, pretty much.
Madness.
Well, pretty much. We see where that angle takes it, but I'm as my co-host said, in terms of the level in badminton, I think it's pretty high. It can get higher because, as I said, Gareth Henney was ranked in the top 100 in the world. Samuel Ricketts is now in the top 100 in the world, but we need more players.
Yeah.
Not just one or two, and even on the female side to push. Because even so, we had Nigella Sanders at Olympian in 2000, was it? 2000,
I think so, yeah, because 96 was the Atlanta. Yes,
Yeah.
2000.
Robert played Olympics still, didn't he?
No, Robert and I went to number 28 in the world. We missed it by 4 spots.
But
We were supposed to be the first to make it, but we missed it by 4. We had to be in the top 24, and we made it to number 28.
But number 28 is still elite level. I mean, that's.
I mean,
I know you'd like to have that feather on your belt.
On paper, we were number 28. In actual, you understand, because we selected proper tournaments and we went. And I mean, then it's
played more
basically
tournaments.
to manipulate the system to get a higher rank. I mean, we're not number 20, but we got to the number 28 ranked in the world, which was a good achievement for Jamaica. Nigeria actually was the first and only badminton player to qualify
For the Olympics.
on merit, not by a wild card ranking.
Yeah.
And she was also my mixed doubles partner because I was also instrumental in coaching Nigella.
So you won mixed doubles title with mixed.
I've won with Nigella already too, yeah man.
You win
Nigella was my
you win
partner in the
everybody.
Pan American
What you
too.
doing?
You win with everybody.
A matter of fact, Nigella and I almost beat the number 1 ranked Canadian in mixed doubles.
Yeah.
We won the first set and we were up 13-11 in the second set, and I made a mistake and cost us the game. So,
I mean,
unfortunately,
that's part of sports,
I mean, it was one of the memories that I have that I said, boy, I really let down my partner, because that would have been a very nice
I'm
win.
sure all
A very
sports
nice
athletes
win.
have had that moment where, but those things build up.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that even helped to push even her career even further. Because from your losses, I think that your losses make you better.
Better, stronger.
A lot of people see the trophies and see the wins, but to get to that point where you lift the trophy, you have to go through certain trials and tribulations. So pointing out that that's part of the story, and that never say their attitude. I mean, that is what pushes. And
From I was 13, I was told I'd never be number 1 in Jamaica. I'd never win. I'd never this, because it was all the elites that they had already. So, you know, I was glad that I was actually able to meet Robert Richards. And I mean, well, Robert was more than just my mentor, because my brother used to date his sister. So he was kind of more like family. So, you know, growing up, I was always around his house and stuff like that. So it actually helped me. And then I watch him, how him train and his kind of attitude. And Robert is one of the strongest individuals I know, because that man has come back from being out of badminton for a year, being bedridden with a slip disc in him back. Them tell the doctor, tell him he would never walk again. That man not only get up and walk, him lift weights, him come back and play badminton. And he actually came back and beat me too.
Yeah.
When he came back. So Robert, I lift my hat off to Robert Richards. That's just a remarkable human being in terms of playing badminton and as a person.
You just give us one of your worst moments in the anchor didn't anchor so well that one championship. What's your most memorable moment?
I would say the Caribbean triple champion.
Caribbean triple champion.
Yeah, in Cuba.
In Havana, Cuba.
I enjoyed Cuba for many different reasons. I like the surroundings, I like the company, and it's like the sport. So it was very nice.
We know there's other reasons.
It was very, very nice.
I've been to Cuba. I can understand. Cuba is very
nice.
Cuba full.
Make you get fitter. Make you get fitter. Let's put it that way. Make you get fitter.
So you say the Triple Crown now, that was your most memorable moment, but as I said, you're not actively in and around the sport.
Not
no,
anymore.
but you're
offering the services.
offering your service
I
to
would
give back to
offer,
the
yeah.
sport. Okay, that's wonderful.
Your 6 straight championships, national championships, is that the record for males? Or
No, I think Robert has won many more. Robert Richards has won many more.
Well, you're the first to go 6 straight?
No, man, I think Robert got probably all 8 or 10 straight. Robert is phenomenal. Singles was Robert's thing. Robert Richards. Robert was number 1 in singles. Nobody can take
And
that
he
from
was
him.
also Caribbean champion, right?
Yeah, but he didn't win triple. He won 2. He
Oh,
always
so you
end
have
up
one over
losing
him.
one. Yeah, so that's the only thing I have over him.
But remember, you're the anchor, you know. When he's in the double,
And he was instrumental in making me get that. So,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
as I
He was
said,
a part of it, yeah.
George is the only other one to ever won triple. No other badminton person. The other people came close.
Yeah.
Like Bradley Graham won 2 and lost the final of the third one. Paul has won 2 doubles and mix, never win the singles. So there are other persons who have won like 2 events at the Caribbean game, but that's not the 3 of them. But George is the first and I am the second to have done
nice,
it.
nice. Well,
from
people,
Jamaica.
I mean, you heard it. I'm from Roy Paul.
Not Roy Paul, Roy the anchor.
Roy the
Paul.
Anchor Paul Jr. I mean, extraordinary badminton player who represented us for
Yeah.
many years. And I mean, he told us his story and his
Yeah.
fighting spirit, which again, I should say he got from his father. I mean, that 40 spirit.
That's 40 spirit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good to see and hear stories like these where, you know, from the junior days, the setbacks to the triumphs, I mean, memorable moments to disappointments, but to hear a story is just one that resonates to all listeners out there, even the youngsters coming up, where
Yeah.
never give up, never
Never
say
give
die.
up, never
If
never
it's your
say give
passion,
up.
go with it. And I mean, and I'm sure when you're playing and in that zone, you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
I can imagine you're just out there floating.
Yeah,
up
man.
in the-
Love it.
Yeah, love it. But again, I mean, want to thank you for taking the time out. I mean, from all the Primal team here for coming and giving us your story. So, I mean,
And we can't just cite any more than what he has just said already. He wants to become the national coach of badminton, and he's offering
Or
the
in and
services.
around the team, I
In and
mean,
around the team, and he's offering the services. Just give him the gas.
yeah.
Just the gas.
Yeah. But again, thank you, Roy Paul, and trust
thank
me,
you very much
to all
for
the
having
listeners
me.
out there, Roy Paul Jr., one of
Right.
the best badminton players to swing a racket. Racket, is it?
Racket.
Racket for Jamaica. All right, thanks, Roy Paul.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Roy.
very much.
I mean,
It's a great interview.
Yeah, I mean-
Great, fun.
yeah.
Seems like badminton is fun. I don't know if it's badminton.
I like badminton. I think I'm the best table tennis badminton player. I mean,
Peter said don't start you, so I would start it.
I think I'm the best. That's what I'm just saying. Badminton is very fun.
Oh.
Even if you play at a high level or even just want to practice. I've held the badminton racket on the court. And
I want to ask you, racket guys, is which one is more fun? Havana or the rackets?
No comment. No comment.
I mean, you know what time it is? It's time for sports commentary.
commentary.
Controversial boss.
Greetings, one and all. I must say, I just heard mention of a good friend of mine, next door neighbor for maybe 10 years. I live next door to Robert Richards. I have a Robert Richards story too. I was one of the people who won the national title very late in life. And I live next door to Robert, and Robert used to tease me every day. Boss man, you can't live next door to me and don't even have a national title. I kid you not. And that man used to ride me every day. I remember losing one finals in about 2004 or 5. And Robert just started on me, oh, you make this man beat you, oh, you make this man beat you. And it provided motivation. Like I have had my injuries too, where they told me I'd never play again. And Robert was right there encouraging me. And I called him up to last week. Actually, I called him this week to talk about sports as usual. And Robert, you know, him having some challenges with the long COVID and all that. And, you know, I encouraged the man because I know the man legendary mental strength. And I'm saying we're pulling for your brethren now. We know you'll bounce back from it. I'll see you soon. UFC 303 tonight. Conor McGregor was supposed to fight Michael Chandler. And the fight fizzled out because Conor bucked him toe. And I don't think Conor will ever make fitness to fight another UFC fight. But the excuse is that he bucked his toe and will not be able to fight. So, the last minute, they had to change out nearly 5 fights because everybody's unfit. So, the fight tonight will feature Jiri Prochazka, who come from Sweden or Czechoslovakia, and he's fighting Alex Pereira. A big fight still, because 2 light heavies is a world title shot. But Alex Pereira knocked this man out. I'm sure I saw this fight a few months ago. Alex Pereira knocked him out. And so people ask me, what is my prediction? My prediction is exactly the same thing is gonna. I've learned enough to evade Alex. Alex is a world-class kickboxer. And Prochazka is going to get knocked out. I expect second round or third round, Prochazka is going to knock him out. Still a good fight to watch. But if you didn't see it, watch last fight, it's going to be the same fight. World table tennis. Everybody know Olympics coming up in about 4 weeks' time. And the World TT is still having tournaments. They have a tournament in Tunis, they have a tournament in Bangkok, they have a tournament in Zagreb. Now, what is making these tournaments noteworthy is that there are a ton of withdrawals. Everybody's withdrawing from these tournaments. And now the two French brothers, LeBron, are claiming that they are injured. And the WTT has accepted their injury withdrawals because but my point of contention is there's way too much table tennis. There's no sport that is supposed to have a tour match being played 4 weeks before Olympics, 3 weeks before Olympics, and even 2 weeks before Olympics. They will be playing WTT. It's too much table tennis. And then you guys might not know this, but the great Nigerian Quadri Aruna, same one, sue the man them, sue the WTT, believe it or not. Because he says he's being forced to play. He's being threatened about losing ranking points. He's saying he's not earning any money from WTT. Only the organizers are earning any money. I could read it. His statement is, I have a family to care for. I have bills to pay monthly. Why do I have to be forced to play where I will not win any money? And to make matters worse, a lot of money you win in a WTT, you don't get your money. Yeah. All right. So let's move on. I agree we don't need no Leon Bailey, but it would be great if we could get this man named Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood has been spotted all over the world wearing Jamaica gear. I find it quite curious. I saw an Instagram with Mason Greenwood in Japan wearing Jamaica's black gear, right? Why is Mason Greenwood wearing Jamaica gear? I think it would be a delightful thing because he plays the exact position as Leon Bailey. No doubt he's better than Leon Bailey. No doubt he has a better attitude than Leon Bailey. And so, rubbing my hands, Coach Hallgrimson, if we could make this one happen, right? Because you don't mess up the Leon Bailey situation. So let's hope you can do better. Now, the Copa that's going on, before Jamaica played Ecuador, the coach said some things and I didn't like it. He basically said that we're going to be on the defensive from the get-go and the man pick a team, a lineup that I don't understand. You pick Boza and Antonio to play essentially the same position. Big kick and run, striker up front kind of football. And I don't think that can ever work against these South American teams. And as a result, we were robbed and I'm going to talk about it. But at the same time, I don't think we set up a team that could have beaten Ecuador or even beaten Mexico. I don't think the lineup is right. I think the coach is picking man off resume. I don't think he's working out how exactly we're going to get the ball in the goal. Some of you will say, I predicted, yes, I thought Jamaica would get a 4-love beaten. And it might seem a little cruel. But at the same time, I don't see how we're going to score goals with that kind of setup. We scored a goal against Ecuador. First goal ever in the Copa America, I believe. And it came from a ping pong. What does it mean by a ping pong? Man kicking while, and then a Jamaican gets a kick in. And we score a goal. That was the only way we could have scored other than a penalty, in my opinion. Now, I wanted to give a little speech about VAR. What does VAR mean? Video assisted refereeing. And VAR has been the subject of much embarrassment in this Copa America. I saw an incident where Panama scored one against the USA, and just before the kickoff took back, it was played, the play was called back, and USA lived to fight another day. Jamaica, on the other hand, suffered from two ridiculous VAR decisions, right? One, the ball was kicked on an extended arm that was not moving towards the ball. A penalty was given against Jamaica. The second one, a Jamaican player touched the ball onto a player who put his hand in front of his face, touched the ball. They called him, the VAR people called the referee 90 seconds afterwards and said, listen, you need to take a look at this. Referee went over there, made a decision, no penalty. And he's a Spanish-speaking referee. I think that Jamaicans, we tend to do particularly poorly in these Copa, CONMEBOL, CONCACAF kind of matches when we have Latin referees and a Latin team. The Latins have solidarity. Want to know, Kian is here. Most of us here are international sportsmen. You realize it? Yeah. Roy Paul Jnr. is here. You ever play in Latin America? When you play in Latin America, We are used to the Spanish referee being highly biased against us.
Yep.
Sterling table tennis.
Yep.
We get called for service when the match is at a certain point. I've even had Jamaican referees call points again. Kian, you know about this, right? Right. But it's particularly painful when you're playing against. I remember once playing against a guy called Oviedo from Guatemala in some Caribbean games, Central American games, CAC. And the umpiring was so bad. I mean, this guy's way better than me. And I finally get myself in a good position. And the umpire start taking points, right? So I have a proposal how to fix the VAR situation. Because here it is, where the referee is called by the VAR people and told that he needs to take a look at it. And he overrules it. No, you cannot eliminate bias in thing there. But I think the way for VAR to work is to share the VAR information with the crowd that's watching the match at the same time. So if when the VAR people call the referee, like in America, where when you show a flag on the play and you say, flag on the play, we want to know what's happening here. If that had occurred, where we could hear the dialogue between the box, we see a hand touch the ball and the referee said, no, I did not see a hand, or the hand barely touched it, or something. If you share the dialogue that's going on with the crowd, remove the mystery from it, then at least we know the referee thief in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least you force the referee to thief in front of the 26,000 people watching the match. But it's tragic that Jamaica, I don't think we had a chance to win, Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, this VAR thing, it never fallen in our favor yet. And that's sad. No, those of you who watch athletics last night would have seen something that's quite salivating. For years, I've been saying that Jamaica is not no sprint factory because we are the male runners. Well, last night, 2 male runners turned up big time. Kishan, and Oblique both ran. One ran 9.77, and the other one ran 9. All personal best, all world leading is coming from the guys from Jamaica. And I think that's quite amazing. I think that Mr. What the American runner name?
Noah
Lyles came down here and walked the walk and thing, and now at least Jamaica is coming back. I think the Olympics is going to be extraordinarily exciting. Yeah. It's a pity we can't produce any 200-meter runners. We have any 200 meters coming up?
Jericho Jackson.
No, male. Where are the male 200-meter runners?
Probably Hudson.
I think that we need to give the Jamaicans a little bit more oxtail and beans, like what the US runner is taking. That might help it. Let me ask you guys, what you guys think about Elaine? You think that I was reading a story the other day about a dog crossing a bridge with a bone in his mouth. Saw his reflection and he barked at the dog and the bone dropped in his mouth. And then people start talking about Elaine and wanting to get more money from the arrangement with the coach. And you think it was a question of greed that caused Elaine to have her downfall? Don't answer that question. You don't answer it either. But I mean, that was a thing there. No, and second to final, who watched the debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump? It was shambolic. I think Joe Biden really disappointed a lot of people. I think the future of the world depends on that US elections. And is this the man that they're going to send out to defend the country? Boy, enough said. Call us and let us know your opinion on that. And finally, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, who's a very trendy fellow, one day he brought a man in Parliament to talk. He's like to talk about peanut dread. He brought in peanut dread because he had heard a phrase about Radam. And the Prime Minister is a man who, if you sing about clocks, he will wear a clocks and all that kind of thing. Well, then the Prime Minister revealed a story about he was driving in a motorcade and a set of people passed him in a bike and they must skate on the toll. Because that's a new word, no, skate on the toll. To be honest with you, I don't believe the Prime Minister saw anybody skating on the toll. I believe that the Prime Minister did just want to use the phrase skate on the toll. Because I hear man talk about skate on the toll, and the Prime Minister just had to skate on the toll story. So Prime Minister, if you're hearing this, call me. I don't think you're skating on the toll, sir. Let me know if you're right. That's sports commentary. What say you?
I don't know who more trendy. The Prime Minister of the controversy boss, because Peter never think what going on. You remember the phone lines are now open? 1-876-552-7406, and that's via WhatsApp only. 1-876-552-7406. 7406. I mean, feel free to call in and talk about any topic. It could be about the interview with Roy Paul Jr. earlier. It could be about track and field or something. Even Peter could say. But we'll jump into our segment now of, I would say, let's talk about football first.
I'll go cricket.
Cricket first?
Get the cricket
I'll
out
talk
of the way.
about. Yeah, get the cricket short and spicy.
Short and spicy.
Yeah.
So,
India defeated
South Africa by 7 runs. Well,
Yeah.
quite a great game, I should say. Show their batting, show their bowling as well. India 176 for 7. Virat Kohli 76 from 59 balls.
Yeah.
And South Africa 169 for 8, just falling short. Casting 52 from 27 balls. It can't get no better than that. And for a lot of persons saying that India is the number 1 team, they waited 13 years for their first FA title.
Yeah.
13 years.
India went through the tournament undefeated.
When should you told me that? Yeah,
I
but
mean, India is the number 1 ranked T20 nation in the world.
yeah, but I must for them get going now. I say it, they built this thing for India.
I mean,
From
but
9 o'clock games and all, 9 a.m. games. This was just built for India.
I think India are deserved champions. I mean, they bat well, they bowl well, defended their totals. I think, as I said, superstar Virat Kohli is probably
The best.
the best batsman in the world. Probably even in this format.
In this format, yeah.
Even probably any format. I mean, he's just a class batsman. So he led India to victory. I mean, it was sad that West Indies
God,
got
man.
ousted
Jesus.
in the Super 8 and didn't make the semi-finals. To me, I think that some of the matches, I mean, even against England, we should have made more runs.
Yeah.
I mean, we defeated USA quite easily. Against South Africa, we made a
The same thing with South Africa.
abysmal total that we even tried to defend and make a match out of it. But I see some positives to West Indies. I think that we are one of the better teams.
Yeah, we were one of the better teams in the
We could
tournament.
have made the semi-finals, and I think with the home
should have.
support, and if we made the semi-finals, we could have even pushed a victory. But that match against England set the tone for the Super 8, and I think losing that match cost us qualification and our hopes of even advancing and put more pressure on the team. I mean,
Do you think it's just the mental aspect of these West Indies cricketers?
I
Because
think that was fun. I think that we had more positive than negatives from the tournament. I expected more probably from
even poor.
Rahman Powell, the captain. I mean, but
Because
all in all,
some of the
I
decisions that they
think
made.
we fought in the match. We
So-
fought
so-
in the matches. That
but-
England match, though, I think, cost us.
Yeah, because some decisions these batsmen make, it was just ridiculous. Because even when Shea went out, Poran came in right after, and just first ball swipe. Don't assist the pitch.
And
Don't
some of the things is contextual and situational. Some I think that we should have done better. But England is a formidable team as well.
But one thing I can say that rain, after West Indies innings, that rain after this change the
Against
pitch,
South Africa.
that the rain
We got
changed
2
the
early
pitch.
wickets. Andre Russell coming up with 2, and then the rain that kind of slowed the momentum. But even so, that total is kind of hard to defend.
We need runs on the board.
But even hosting the tour, I think was
A good host,
even though Jamaica still didn't get any matches, we
Well,
were
they-
upset about that. But all in all, it was a good tournament.
good T20 tournament, good host for
And
the
I
West
think we are in
Indies.
the stands every match, pack and
Especially the ones with India.
yeah, man.
Oh, Lord,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Persons
I love to go on
enjoying
those matches.
themselves.
Yeah, it looked like not only good cricket, but
Good vibes.
good vibes in the stands. They're very entertaining all around. It looked like a full package.
Yeah, but again, congrats to India winning a title over waiting 13 years for this title. Hats off to them. Well deserved championship, T20 championship for them.
And a good run tournament. Next time it probably hosting next is I don't know how long from Jamaica. I forget.
I have to give our props to the US as well.
Yeah.
Showing up. Brian Lara did predict that they'll go as far as the semi-finals. Yeah, them and Afghanistan. And we should
Afghanistan played good as well.
we should make mention that our fellow West Indies cricketers, Darren Bravo, are part of the Afghan and US team. So we're not just building West Indies
I
players. So
think Pollard is a part of
the England setup. So we
a lot of West Indies players
They are
when around the
branching
foreign
off.
teams,
Yeah,
making that money. I want cricket is very lucrative to all the youngsters out there. I think cricket in Jamaica is kind of dwindling. I think it needs to build up back and be on the rise where we have more cricket in Jamaica at that high level. And cricket is very lucrative to all the youngsters out there. Cricket is
Try
a
it, go
lucrative
after
sport.
it,
Look at
and
this T20.
it shows.
Yeah, I mean, if I was born in this time, I think I'd play a little cricket.
Little?
Yeah, I'd play a
What do you mean,
little
no?
play a little cricket. Yeah. I wouldn't be an all-rounder like Roy Paul, though, with the wicket keeping.
No, sir.
One of these, but yeah, cricket in full swing.
I'm back.
Yeah,
So touch on look football, no?
football, because a lot of football going on with the Copas. Got the Euros going on at the same time. We see where Italy lost earlier to Switzerland. Round of 16 start this morning. And last I checked, Germany and Denmark was in a nil draw in the second half.
Germany is up.
Germany just scored
Kai
1-0 up.
Havertz penalty.
One of Kai Havertz penalty. So one of the favorites, Germany, is up against Denmark. Italy, defending champions, out. The Swiss team, this Italy team is, I say,
Is
not so.
Switzerland the bogey team?
Probably they could go all the way. 'Cause if you look at it, it's more of a lopsided draw where the top teams are in one half. We have Spain, Portugal, France, all in one half. Germany, those 4 top teams are in one half. And the next half is probably just England and probably Belgium, who in the tournament so far don't look
Convincing.
very promising, very convincing, eking out results. But probably Switzerland could be the
football is a
dark
results
horse
game,
on
you
that
know.
side.
Football is a result
Got
game.
beating Italy, who's I think is not one of their best teams, but yet still to beat Italy.
That means they have
coming up-
something.
Yeah, so Switzerland may be the dark horse on one side. On the next side, I would say France. You have to watch out for France. If France get it going, and Spain. Forgot about Spain. Spain is
France,
the only
Spain, and
team
Portugal.
to win their 3 matches in the group stages.
Yeah,
I think France, Spain, the winner should come from one of them.
one of
Yeah,
France and
or
Spain.
I would go with France. France all the way.
France hasn't been really looking
No,
convincing
they don't
either.
look
You know.
impressive, but now I think they will hit the ground running.
No,
at
who look impressive? Austria.
Austria,
Georgia.
Georgia. Spain play Georgia. Yeah,
Let's see what
Austria
they have.
with Ralph
Ragnick,
Ragnick, who was
former Man U coach,
former Man U
was
coach.
was
Who Cristiano
relieved.
said he ain't a coach. Even
Can't coach.
Can't coach. And I'm coaching Austria now in the round of 16. But I mean, Euros football.
On in earnest, and it's good run tournament, and trust
So
me.
right now you can tune into Germany, Denmark, and that's a round of 16 matches coming up even tomorrow. I will touch on some Copa now.
Oh jeez.
Copa, where Jamaica playing Copa.
Ah,
We'll touch on that match. Jamaica versus.
so we Mexico game first.
We spoke about Mexico game last week. Did we?
No, we did.
No, we previewed the Mexico
Previewed,
game.
we didn't
Yeah,
talk
Mexico game was after the show. Yeah, so 2 games played since the last show. I mean, it's been a week.
Yeah,
a jam
1
pack week. I forgot that last week, Saturday after the show, we
Went
sat
to-
and watched Jamaica versus Mexico, where again it was a tough match. I mean, to lose 1-0 to Mexico in that fashion, I thought the goal came from a foul on Latiba there in the box.
Yeah,
I think that the Mexico player jumped through his back, and that's why he couldn't hit the ball clear. But even so, the goal came probably in a change of play where the coach made some changes and took off a central defender.
Yeah, that was one of the most.
Took off Deshaun Bernard and put on Michael
Michael
Lecter.
Lecter, and took out.
Coach probably got a knock for some of that, but yet still we don't know if Bernard felt a niggle, yes or no, or it was just probably a tactical change. But to me, we played that match well. I saw positives, a lot of positives, especially in spurts. We defended well, transition well. I mean, it was a surprise start where we didn't see a Damon Luna set up, but that was due to him leaving for a family
emergency.
and couldn't prep for the game in the last 2 days. So the coach went with Bobby Reid more in a central position. That worked out well, I think. But in that Mexico match, that goal was, I mean, couldn't save. But Jamal Wade to me played a brilliant match. Deshaun Bernard, while he was on the pitch, played a
Ethan
brilliant
Pinnock
match.
as well. I think the entire backline.
Mexico match.
Mexico match, yeah. Mexico match first.
The
yeah.
entire backline was pretty solid.
Pinnock played well.
Pinnock played well. Greg Lay played well. Lembesika played well. Which so far to me, I think Lembesika has been our best player
Lembusika played well.
for the entire tournament so far.
Yeah.
So the backline played well. That change by the coach, however, was questionable. I don't know why would you take off a defender at that point of the game, 30 minutes left in the game, and you want 20 minutes left in the game, and you want to take out a
probably,
central
I don't know
defender.
if was due to fatigue or where he saw he had probably carrying an injury, but
He said he needed fresh legs.
yes, but I mean, I think that the goal was unfortunate where Latibodier tried to head the ball out and the Mexico player jumped through his ball. Ref didn't call foul.
And I don't think the
Mexico
players
scored
really settled down when they came on. They're just finding the groove of the game when the goal happened. But
that Mexico game, I saw a lot of positives. I don't like starting Shamar Nicholson and Mikel Antonio as Peter stated out. I don't. There are two players of
two Lukaku.
same.
Similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we need more probably with player creative
players,
players.
We need a
yeah,
winger.
We don't have creative players, to say the least. But yet still, a Cephas on the wing or a Demar Gray on the other wing, playing through the channel of Mikel Antonio up front, or if you choose Shamar Nicholson, I think Mikel Antonio is better than Shamar Nicholson. And even Shamar Nicholson coming on a sub, running at tired legs, can be an option.
There should be substitutes for each other.
Yeah.
Shamar should be Boza should be the substitute for Mikel Antonio.
Yeah.
But what the team needed was either a Cephas or young boy, Kazim,
Nixon
or Mason Greenwood or
I think what I really don't like about the coach is that he's too reactive. He waits until something happens before he makes certain changes, because at that point in time, around 30 minutes, it wasn't working out for Demar Gray because he just came back off injury, wasn't fully fit. Make the sub at that point. The whole
But I think Demar Gray is the only player that can
in the Mexico
have
game.
5 touches on the ball.
Yeah, I understand that,
Yes.
but again, he was a
Even
little
if you're
bit
having a
lucky.
poor game, I think he's the only player that can create something out of nothing.
he's
Because-
not up to form yet, you know.
Yeah,
But I
The
think-
truth is, what he was doing when he just came in the team,
Yeah.
not quite doing that anymore.
When you
you
get
know.
yeah,
that-
it just come off.
if you
injury.
get that with playing,
Not just that, but he's beginning to see himself as a goal scorer, and I think that's a dangerous thing. He's playing a little bit more selfishly, and now he's a little sluggish. I found he wasn't quick enough on the ball
to get back
since
into
coming
form,
back.
you have to play. So you probably have to just play through it. We'll go through that patch. As I said, he's coming off an injury as well. So to get back in that top form, I think the best solution is to play him. Just play him.
But why this coach don't have more faith in the fast attacking, penetrating type of players?
think
He's never liked them, you know. And we have a few. Cephas surprise me, but Dixon can do it, and even Whisper can do it, and Bailey can do it, and that's why I'm hoping for someone like Mason Greenwood, who Mason Greenwood is not afraid to hold the ball, and he's quite he's bold enough to take the shot from
We
this.
need
From
players
this as well.
that will try stuff.
But we have
Try
those
to
kind of
play
players.
two-
Why aren't they in the national team?
I think it has
There's
to
no
do.
Tarek McGee in the team.
There's
to do with the
no
midfield.
creative midfielder.
I think it has to do with the midfield, why he doesn't tend to use our wide players that much. He doesn't trust the midfield that we have, because we're very porous in that midfield.
What's the purpose of Damian Lowe in the national team?
He's the
From coach point of view, coach,
steal.
what is he there to
He
do?
said he missed the steal.
Is he there to rough up the players because he's
Yeah.
committing some unnecessary fouls? You know?
Yeah, he has to
And
disturb the player.
What's the point of him in the
Sometimes I need those type of players in a team,
Really?
to disturb the players,
scare,
Disturb that.
intimidation?
Yes.
I see.
Just like how Argentina had Nepal in that midfield.
Rodrigo de Paul.
Yeah, just to cause me problems.
A tough man,
City
like the
has
Italian
Rodri-
defense.
in that
Moving from
midfield.
centre back to defensive midfield. I mean, Damon Lowe is not the problem. He has his role to play, but the problem is we need.
Do you see
creative-
Damian Lowe assisting the attack?
No, that's not his role.
I see.
That's
I
not
see.
his role.
So he's actually a fifth defender.
There
Yeah.
you go. He is
Just-
a defender.
just call him
He's
speed a
just
speed.
playing high up the pitch to
Yes.
try and break up the play high up the pitch.
Let me tell you something.
Or commit those fouls.
I thought this goalkeeper is probably better than our first keeper.
No,
No.
Andre Blake. No,
Yeah, man.
Andre Blake is our best
This
player.
goal, I was impressed
No,
with this
Andre
goalkeeper.
Blake is our best player.
You see the
for
goal
a
that
contract,
Paraguay scored?
The thing is,
It's a big is a big buck up. The goal that Paraguay scored, the real goal, the first one that
Oh, I mean,
Ecuador?
Ecuador, I'm
yeah.
sorry. That looped
Yeah,
into the
that-
goal.
it was
It's
a
buck up.
deflection. It was a
But and other than that, this keeper has been great. Even on how he handled the penalty, the penalty kick, he almost saved it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was hard and low to the corner. Almost get a hand
They're
to it.
hard to save.
But the keeper is definitely a top keeper.
I was very surprised with the quality of the
Might get
second
a
keeper.
big contract sooner.
very
than
surprised.
Yeah,
the
he's
other.
playing for that
Yeah, but
But
contract.
Andre
man.
Blake, elite still. A big Andre Blake.
My
a big
problem with
keeper.
Andre Blake, though, I'm not sure he's the actual goalkeeper. You know? I think he holds the ball too long.
Yeah.
I think he need to understand his role in starting the attack. If you look on when him from Manchester, Onana. When Onana see the ball coming towards him, he's looking for the next pass. You know,
Probably that's why I'm letting so much goal.
Yeah.
that may be true, but I
Ah,
like
he's
the
the
fact
elsewhere, man.
he considers himself a part of the attack. And our goalkeeper, every time they come forward, he's holding the ball too long and gesticulating and all that. Need to get rid of the ball, man. Same thing for Reggae Girls keeper too. Spencer, she hold the ball too long too. Like it's her moment on the camera. Leg of the ball.
I'm impressed with this keeper.
I thought he was
I
good.
have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Bernard playing very well.
Pinnock is playing.
The only problem with Jamaican goalkeepers is I don't think they understand how to handle the squares from outside, right? The English keepers, once the person is going down towards the wing, they're positioned for the square. Jamaican keepers not doing that. We stay on the goal line all the time.
And even to touch on your point, I do agree with you. There's no way
Yeah,
in these tournaments you can have Latino referees. I think that you should get referees. The referees that are coaching in Europe.
he should speak a third language. Let's use that word. So yes. So if an English team is playing an Spanish team, let's have a Chinese or a Chinese referee.
Chinese referee or somebody from
Saudi
Saudi
Arabia.
Arabia.
But can I tell you something? Roy Paul was talking to me off camera. That's been his experience as well, you know. The man tell me about the times when they rob him when he's playing against the Spanish. The Spanish do not see us as neighbors or one of them.
Remember us
Them
going to
different
a
from-
tournament we were
Yeah.
in El Salvador
Was-
and we were like 1 minute late due to traffic.
Yeah.
And they said we couldn't play.
That's it.
And then it happened to another player, another team, and they were even later than us.
Yeah.
And
They let them play.
So we have had the experience where, trust me,
Yeah.
the Latin referee ain't for you.
Yeah.
Right?
So in these situations, I agree, we should get referees
Neutral. Go out of the
from
federation.
Europe, from
Yes,
Asia.
yes.
And our referees in this region.
Yes.
Like Euros going the same time as Cuba.
Send our referees go
to Europe.
go Europe
Yep.
and send some of them come here.
'Cause it's a well-paid
That is how
job.
we need to. It's a
And I'm
good,
sure they can
big
speak
money.
English, Spanish,
Big money.
and other
Yeah.
languages.
Yeah.
Yes, so there's no way, because we're heading to the Ecuador match now. There's no way he can give Ecuador that penalty
And not
not
give
give
us.
us our penalty.
We have suffered greatly at the hands of referees once the match is within this CONMEBOL
Give us a chance.
and thing that. Yeah.
Because to me, that was a clear penalty.
Yeah.
And I like the response from the Reggae boys where we're down 2-0 half time.
After,
Pull back a goal, although it was a goal that was fortuitous. But we
I have
made
one
so
thing
much
to
of-
say on the final goal. And you know, I'm a Kahim fan. right?
we don't touch his.
I have to say one thing. If Kaim don't have any experience, his inexperience showed in that type of tackle he made. Because when Ecuador made the breakthrough, I don't think he should have made a final tackle type of tackle.
No way.
If he had run along with the striker, he would have had a better chance of him and the goalie
But
cutting the
the
angle.
striker slowed down the play.
he was baited.
The striker slowed down the play, bait him,
Yes.
make him make a
bad.
tackle and
Yes.
just kick it and run
Yeah,
past
but
him.
a defender knowing that you're the last man, yes, when you're last man, you defend differently than when you're first man. You know.
even so-
That's a first man defense.
But you're an attacker.
yes.
You're used to how
Yes.
defenders
Yes.
defend.
Yes.
So you being in that position now, what would the defender do to you? Is either jockey you
True.
or definitely foul you.
Yes. But also,
he knows
I
what to
don't know
expect.
who else was defending, but there were two players who could have made the defense on the Ecuador guy. The other player should not have run across. He should have run back to cover Kaim. Because Kaim not the last defender.
But even so, in reading that play,
Yeah.
I as a defender would chop back and expect Kyle Dixon to at least
That's what I'm saying.
shoulder to
The
shoulder.
other defender should have supported Kaim because Kaim is not going to make a run along with you kind of tackle. Kaim make a final tackle kind of tackle.
which
Russia
was
blood.
We
rubbish.
understood. We understood it.
which was not a high IQ play.
I know, but he's a striker. He's a striker.
Striker
He's a
no,
striker.
No, striker
It was a
no
reckless
striker.
tackle. It was a
Yes.
reckless tackle.
Striker no striker. You know the
Because he
position.
made
you-
the tackle
you read the
knowing
football
he was the
game.
last man.
That's really the game.
Yeah.
It's situational.
Yeah.
Not because you're on the field
Yeah.
to strike.
I
You're in
don't
a
say no. I
position-
don't say no.
Ah,
And,
that's-
and my point is that his inexperience showed in that.
experience-
Listen, I give him full marks for everything else so far, no, but that was bad.
That was
And I think that the coach need to give Kaim more
Bobby
playing
Reed with the
time.
ball bounce.
Yeah.
I think that Bobby Reed could have even attacked the defender, but he made a read on the play. I don't know what he saw, but he chose
Yeah.
not to go full force. You know? Plus, he had players around him,
Yeah.
which one was Kyle Dixon.
Yeah.
Bobby Reed never made a full tackle.
But you cannot fault the coach for committing all his players forward. Because a loss is a loss.
Yeah.
And he needed to try to get those
Well,
points.
he was pushing for the win.
Yeah.
Even so, that counter came from a Michael Hector header, where I thought should have
was
been
only-
directed in the box.
In the
that
box.
out was. I don't
Yeah.
know how a square to come across.
Yeah.
And you
Up
had it
down
out.
at that point in time, and
Yeah.
Michael Hector heading the ball back. hit the ball in the box where the ball
Yeah,
is
I didn't.
hard.
It turned
Hector-
offense into defense.
Yeah.
Michael Hector hit the ball back.
Yeah.
Apparently, he saw somebody at Jamaica where he was
At
hitting
the
the
edge
ball
of the
too.
box.
Yeah.
But the amount of balls that we had in the box,
Yeah.
that's where he should be hitting the ball too. So it was a blunder from Michael Hector, then to Bobby Reed,
And then to
and
find
then
a
Kyle
blow was
Dixon just
coming.
looked like
Yeah.
him lost out there on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
So not to blame Kyle Dixon, it was
Yeah.
a
You can't take the blame.
comedy
on
of
that one.
errors.
Yeah,
but
the
that-
sequence of
this
events.
one was the worst.
Yeah.
But it was just a string of errors coming
Yeah.
from Michael Hector to Bobby Reed to Kyle Dixon, which to me was just a poor
But I will
defensive
give you
play.
something. The ball control at Reggae Boys is much better in this tournament than usual.
We seem to look like we're
It's
shaping
the
up
first
to
I
a
see
unit.
Jamaicans that control the ball
Shaping up
so
a
well
unit,
among each other. You
But
know?
we're just lacking that creative
Yeah, it need a midfielder who's
and
not afraid to be on the ball.
And even so, I was shocked that Demargre didn't start the match. Demargre have a start.
Is he fit though?
But he came on.
No, but that
All right,
is
start
he
Cephas.
90 minutes
But
fit?
start Cephas.
They should have started
You have to
Cephas.
start- you have to start somebody
when I
that-
saw from the coach start Antonio and Bozo, I knew we were in trouble. I can tell you
because-
that. I knew we were in trouble.
Those two players play more direct. They're not going to beat you with pace. They're not going to shift you and
Yeah.
take on two defenders.
Yeah.
They play more direct, more bustling. So to have both of them, as
Yeah.
I said, both players of the same ilk
They-
playing on the pitch, that sort of gives us a setback where you need another component where you have wing play. We all agree.
yeah.
Whether it's a Cephas, a great.
So we are essentially out of Copa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed?
Yeah, the last 3-1.
Keep the national coach or fire national coach?
Up on the borderline, right?
Coward. Keep the national coach.
Keep
or-
him, definitely keep him.
I say fire the coach.
But I'm putting who?
I
We
think
don't have
that
the money for that, right?
no, I think we need
We
to
have-
find
we have the
another
money,
coach.
but one
We have a
thing we have
World
the-
Cup campaign to start soon,
It started
right?
already.
No. You get the point of what I'm
yeah.
saying.
The meat of the
But the
matter.
next goal is World Cup. You think this coach can carry us to World Cup? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
After
You think
Copa,
so?
we have the Nations League in November, I think.
And you think
So-
this coach can carry us there? I don't
Can-
see it.
can
I don't
carry
see it.
us.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we
Thank
need
you.
more players. But
We need
the
more
coach
players.
working with these players. I think that
If
we're-
Mason makes the decision, and my source on the ground tell me that him leaning towards it, I just told you what led me to that direction. If Mason comes into the team, and there's another guy, not the guy with the Italian name, the other guy,
plays
Omari.
for Coventry. Go up in the league, not Coventry for.
In switch, Omari.
Omari
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson.
that's correct.
Omar Hutchinson.
My point is, if those
get
guys
those
come
two
into the
guys.
team, is Hallgrimson the person to coach that team? I don't think so.
Problem I
I
have
don't
with,
think so.
with recruiting.
I think so. I think he
Yeah,
can
the
do it.
problem I have with recruiting those players, as much as they are good players, and ideally we need them. I think we have too much wing players.
What?
Too many wing players.
But that's our
we
strength.
need-
That's
That
our
is
strength.
where we-
It's
that
our
is where we're
strength,
better than the rest of-
our
that's
weakest point on the field is in the middle of the park.
But we don't have those
And
players.
we're not recruiting for those players.
But we don't have them. What are we going to do?
We need to recruit
I
for
think
those
Omar
players.
probably can play there.
You know, Martin, that's the thing.
I think we need to look back at Maggie.
Imagine-
I think we need
We
to look
need
back
to
at
find
Maggie.
somebody in the middle.
We need to look back at what's his name, the English guy,
Ravel.
Ravel. We need to look back at them. We need to rehabilitate them. We need Ravel was a refreshing piece of football, you know.
We need somebody in the
But
middle
I
of the field.
think imagine this lineup: Demargre,
Yes.
Omar Hutchinson, Mason Greenwood, and Mikel Antonio. You tell me out of those four players, we can't get more chances, be more creative.
Yeah, we'll be
With
creative.
those
you know.
four players up front.
I don't say no.
So I mean,
I'm
I
not
think
saying
that's,
no, but I
think
just say that
could be a solution.
we've been recruiting, and every time we're recruiting, it's always another wing player.
It's who
we're
want
not
to come
get-
to.
we're
It's
not
who want to
getting
come.
nobody for the central.
We have lost another wing player. Didn't they announce a suspension of one of them?
If you notice, I don't mention anything.
I notice
about
you're not
it.
taking
You
it
notice
as
I'm
Over it.
I'm over it. I think Liam Bailey
I
career.
think Mason Greenwood is better than him, and
No, but if we want players that want to play for Jamaica, so if whether Mason Greenwood is better or not, if he
I
comes,
hear what
we
it
have
look
to
like.
work with him.
It looked like England is not going to call Mason.
No.
Greenwood.
No, he's not. No,
Right?
no,
So having said that, I hear him have an option for one other country and Jamaica. So I'm saying that that look like the solution. Yeah. That's just what I'm saying.
But the thing is, we have to work with who we have out there now, because we were looking for a team to be led by Liam Bailey,
Sure.
and he opted out. We can't do anything about it. Coach can't do anything about it. So going forward, we have to work with the players we have. As I said, Cephas is in the squad. Give
Yes.
him more playing time.
I agree.
Demargre playing back into form.
Yes.
I mean, we have to work with who we have. But I don't think playing Shamar Nicholson and
Yeah.
Mikel
No,
Antonio.
nobody
I think that's a
That
bankrupt
is-
idea. It can't work. To me, they must alternate.
And we might need another striker because Antonio is what, 34? The World Cup is what, 24?
That's what we're saying.
We need somebody else.
No,
That's
but
what
for
we're
now,
saying.
we have
That's
to
what
work
we're
with
saying.
who we have. And again, Whisper is not in the team. We have to work with who we have.
We need a third
Why is
number.
Whisper not in the team, by the way?
said injury.
Oh, the injury, the
Injury.
knee. I hear they might have knee surgery.
So seeing that the Copa is wrapping up for us, but yet still it's going on, I still think Argentina win Copa. So we're Brazil struggling in the first match, one the next
So
match.
we play Venezuela
We play Venezuela
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
At 7.
Give us our
Predictions?
chances.
Predictions?
Tomorrow.
2-1 Jamaica.
Jamaica beat Venezuela?
Yeah, man, 2-1
Who
Jamaica.
going to score the goal? Penalty or?
Eh, Antonio will score and Dixon.
I see.
Bobby Reed is due a spectacular goal.
True.
Get the pressure off
I like
the back. Because Bobby Reed to me is out there sometimes.
Playing well. He's putting out a lot of physical work on the
He's
field.
doing
trying.
work.
Him and Miguel Antonio doing all the work on the field.
One thing, his work rate is high.
So Jamaica,
Bobby
Venezuela.
Reed scoring a goal, spectacular goal.
Jamaica, Venezuela. Well, give me a score.
2-1 Venezuela.
I agree. We're on the same page. And our one would be by penalty, usually by VAR.
No, why not give us the chance? Bobby Reed have to score a
Where is
spectacular
it?
goal.
The Spanish man them now giving
Nah,
no
give it
penalty.
up to us.
Yeah.
I think it's 2-1 Jamaica. I think the coach will not start both Bowser and Antonio. It will be Antonio alone up front. He will go back to the migraine on the wing, on one side of the wing, and Cephas on the other side.
Hoping.
No, that would be the lineup.
That's a
I'm telling you the
logical
lineup. That's it.
choice.
Because at
I
this
think
point
I
in
think
time,
everybody agrees.
He's
that-
sticking in the formula.
no, we have nothing to lose right now. You know,
and that's why I want to change the coach. That's why I want to change the coach. That's why I want to change the
I
coach.
think he'll stick with the same formula and let's go out there and
I realize now how Iceland got to the World Cup, you know. I realize no.
Yeah, it's 2-1 Venezuela for me.
So
Venezuela
next
not
week we
playing
probably have our total grade of Jamaica at the Copa. So far I give a grade B plus.
Really?
B plus. I saw
saw improvements.
I saw
I
way
saw
more
improvement.
positives
I
than
saw improvements.
What's the grade
And-
for Jamaica so far?
Yeah.
What's the grade for Jamaica?
I give them a C, and part of it is that I don't think when I listen to the coach talk, he's speaking like a defeatist. I felt we had lost before the game start. He never say I'm going to take it to them, you know. Him say I'm going to take it from them and I hope we get a chance. You might have noticed on the primal Facebook I said the same thing. I think he was planning not to lose rather than planning to win.
So you give it a C.
I give it a C.
Or you give Jamaica
Almost a fail.
B minus. Yeah,
C is not almost.
They have
C is a pass.
Mark, you know, I saw things that pleased me, you know.
Yeah,
The goalkeeping pleased me, right?
So we're in around the same range.
Yeah.
B minus,
Yeah,
B
yeah.
plus.
they're really playing better, and I think the more matches they get,
The reason why I grade it so high, I like the response that we put out when we're down 2-0. And I think that
My
have
problem,
been too hard.
and my problem, I had a lot of problems with the coaching decisions. I think the substitution disorganized the team at a very crucial juncture,
the Mario
and that's
Gray.
why the goal scored. I thought Gray should have started and then been subbed out if he's not fit. So many
so if you
mistakes.
continue talking, I might drop my grade down. I feel
So
like
many
I'm leading
mistakes.
towards a C
I
for
saw a
two
lot
now.
of mistakes.
Yeah,
So-
but the
yeah.
players that out there,
But
seem
I
like
must
they're playing
admit,
towards-
I was impressed with the passing and the ball control. It's improved.
especially from both wing backs.
Yeah.
Greg Clay and Limbekisa,
yes.
to me are
Lembekisa is the highest performing player so far.
Yeah,
And
he's
wait,
he's the best player right now.
Yeah, the keeper too.
and the
Yeah.
keeper too.
I think Lemisika is the best player in the team currently in the team, and he's playing well. I guess everybody on the team is playing for that contract, especially the keeper. But like I said, good performance by the Reggae boys. They are improving. I've been seeing the improvements. I did give the coach time. He's on the clock still, and he will still be there. I just want him to be more proactive rather than reactive. And look at the youth then, Edmund. Make them,
For me,
play some ball,
for me,
man.
I would have fired him long time.
Yeah, man. Make the youth
I
them
would have
play some
fired. I would
ball,
have fired
man.
the coach. I think it's time to fire the coach
No,
or threaten him with
I say
firing.
keep him. I threaten him.
Yeah,
I put like a fire under the tail.
yeah, man. You need like a fire under the thing.
I think he might already get the threat with the
Fair enough.
suspension.
So, even so, your next prediction: who wins Copa? Who wins Euro?
Heard me say this, but I think the Copa is for Argentina this year. Brazil not playing up to scratch at all.
Didn't they beat 4-1? Didn't they beat
Paraguay.
Paraguay 4-1?
That's
Dark
Paraguay.
horse is Colombia.
Colombia, dark
Colombia.
horse.
To me, the hottest team in the world right now is Colombia. I see Colombia
yeah.
beat USA. Was it 5-0 like about a month ago?
Yeah,
Colombia have two strikers there.
Uruguay
that
playing
them
good as
can't
well,
hold.
too.
Uruguay have the same two strikers too, Nunes and Suarez and
The dark horses are
so the two
Colombia,
teams for
Uruguay.
me in Copa is Uruguay and Colombia. That's my two, and I pick Spain for Europe.
Argentina for Copa, and for Euro, I said it earlier, France.
Really,
Portugal.
France?
I think France will hit the ground.
Mbappe knows he'll up yet?
France have a host of players.
Nah.
I go Portugal.
You go in Portugal.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I
fair
just
enough.
told you guys Spain, so we shall see.
We'll see. But I mean, we have 3 different predictions here. So, I mean, hopefully one of us gets it right, and then, I mean, it looked like we're actually doing some prime.
So tell me now, you guys were at track last night. You watched some track.
Kid was that track. I wasn't there last.
Kane, your impressions on track?
Electric in the stadium. I mean, a lot of top performances.
Yes.
Not only from the seniors, but also the juniors. I mean,
How your I heard people said the next bolt going to be a long jumper, but I think the next bolt might be a 100-meter sprinter.
yeah. I mean,
So what do you think is where the excitement?
I think the excitement is all over the place. If you look on both sides, male, female, all the thing. But as I said, for the next bolt, the next gold medalist, it might just be the 100-meter.
Thank you, sir.
It might just be.
And you still think Kishane a world leading now, you know? I remember from last year I saw this man, and I said, boy, this guy going to be the thing.
He ran under instructions, and the instructions was to run 60 meters and shut it down.
Nonsense. Instructions from who?
Stephen Francis.
And you think that's what he did?
That's exactly what he did.
No, sir. I saw that guy run to 95 meters and then shut it down.
Shut it down before, man.
60 meters.
70.
60 meters.
No,
Kane.
70.
Well, he passed oblique at
When him
50.
pass oblique, and
Yes.
make a couple more steps, him look across, and then form momentum.
You know
the
this shut it down business. You know me
I don't
hate
like
that
it,
long
too.
time. I never like that long
I don't
time.
like it.
And I find that a lot of Mr. Francis runners, including the greatest Alpha Powell, they like to brag about how well they're doing the heats and the shutting down and all that. I don't like it.
Looking at Kishane Thompson,
Yes.
and I mean, I listened to a couple of his interviews, and
Yes.
he's an inexperienced runner.
I
This
know
is
this.
the first time
Yes.
running rounds.
Rounds.
And for him to do this shows that he's still learning the race.
True.
I mean, trying to go on the instructions. So that part of shutting down is more so going off what the coach says. And as I said, Asaf had that to us an issue.
Yes.
But I mean, if that's what Steve Francis wants, that's what Steve Francis wants.
Listen,
Same run on the instructions.
I read in body language, you see, Kishe. And in the first heat, when he finished the heat, I seem to remember him tugging on his left thigh, right? Almost as if he's expecting an injury or a pull. I didn't like that. And I've noticed it every race he looks unsure of himself. After the race, it seemed like him doing a checkup.
And in the semis, he said he almost fell easing up to the line.
I think he doesn't have the self-belief.
I think he's very confident, but
Oh, really?
I think I'm very confident. Even if you can see it,
Maybe he can't control his speed.
That's what I said.
You know,
control
He's learning how
speed.
to control.
You know,
his speed.
sometimes I'm playing a table tennis match and I can see insecurity.
In
I
another
see it.
person.
I look at another person and him hit a shot and him might be surprised and I know him
Not
don't have
too-
that shot.
not too confident
Yeah,
in making that
and
pass,
when I look on Kishane, I don't see that certainty of self.
I think he's
He has a, what they call it, a nonchalant facial expression. You can't
You
read
never
his,
notice
You can't
when-
read his facial expression. You don't know if he's happy, if he's sad, you don't know what is going on in his head.
even though he's 22,
Yeah,
I mean, still young.
Yeah.
22. Some people are well experienced already, but when you look at his career coming up, he's very inexperienced. Hasn't run a lot of races, just coming to the big leagues, doing big times, but yet still the pressure of
does he run 200 meters?
No.
But the thing is,
he
Jamaica,
looks
we're
more like a
spoiled
200 meter
with
runner, you know.
a host of talent, a host of
Yeah,
medals,
yeah.
and the pressure he's on to perform now at the Olympics.
Yes.
And what we need to expect, especially running these times, I think that he's still learning.
Which sprinter remind you of?
I'm more of a surfer.
Really?
Yeah, I'm powerful.
He reminds you of Asafa?
Asafa, yeah.
You know, remind me of
Blake?
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
The power that he produced in the
Middle of the
closing
race.
phase, middle to closing phase,
Powerful.
is like Ben
I like to
Johnson.
see him running 200.
And I think he doesn't know how fast he can go just yet.
That might be true, but
don't know how-
we
you
haven't
don't
seen the relaxation phase I'm running all now. You know,
No.
I run straight through the tape.
correct. We haven't seen that yet.
So I think he's in line to run low 9.7, 9.72, thereabouts.
He probably got 9.6.
Impossible.
Steve Francis
No, man, I think he
maybe,
probably
Steve
got
Francis maybe
9.6,
said
man.
9.6.
Yes.
But yet still, I mean, you remember, say, 20 years ago, Remember 977 was the record, you know?
Yeah. Can Seville go any faster?
I know that the time
That's
last
the
night.
next thing
You
now,
know the
too.
time.
Yeah, what do you think?
Seville look easy in the semi-finals. Run straight through the tip in the finals and basically run at the same time.
Same time.
I
So
think
I'm asking you, can Seville go any faster?
I think he can, but
Yeah.
not much this season. Probably can go max, probably 979. I want him to go faster than that.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
But,
977.
right, what I like with Seville, he's doing these times consistently.
Seville gets out quick, you know,
Yeah.
but he's basically floating like Raymond Stewart in that second half of the
And try
race.
to
You know.
just hold
I
off.
don't see the fight, you know. I don't see the fight. You see Noah Lyles? Noah Lyles are
Top
fighting
end
up
speed,
to
top end
98,
speed. I remember Nala
99.
is more of a 200 runner. So
Yes,
that top end speed coming
but
through.
still, is that the way to run races now? Because,
But as you said,
yeah,
we touched on with badminton and with
Yeah.
table tennis. You have different type of players. You have different type of runners too.
I agree.
So you have different type of 100-meter runners and they run based on their strengths, weaknesses, and all that coaching. So for Seville now, what I like with him, the positive is that
Yeah.
consistent times. 982,
Sure,
983,
sure.
986.
Yeah.
So he's definitely a 9.8 low runner.
And he's there for a good tournament runner, should be, because he should be able to run 3-4 rounds at 9 point something and come first every
There you
time.
go. So
This guy Kishane, for me, looks like he might injure himself in the heats.
he has a
It
a
looks to be
shin.
such a powerful. You have shin splints?
You know,
Is that him? Huh?
That's what was the issue with his injury last year. Why
Like
he pull out the
pull out.
trials.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear that they get a machine that. they've not
Let's
fixed
not
it
talk
work
about
and
that machine.
I mean, I just said, but this is go for years, but
Yeah,
yet still,
yeah.
if he stays healthy, I think he's a gold medalist at the Olympics.
I have
It's
to
my
agree.
cornmeal dumpling.
Who's
You're
gonna-
already picking the gold medalist.
I
If
have
he
to
stays
agree.
healthy,
I have
who's
to
going to
agree.
beat him?
You know why I agree?
Omanyala? Who's going to beat him?
On the strength of just one race, you're picking this
It's
man.
not just one
How
race.
about- how about
Remember,
your
we've been
races?
seeing him
How
from
about your
last year.
rounds?
You
How
know.
about your rounds?
I like that,
I like
Kane.
the round. And from you can run the
that
rounds.
takes some cojones.
And if you can run the rounds,
Kane
then-
Watson
yeah.
is predicting
But
the
If he
gold
stays
medal.
healthy,
Yes, yes, yes.
if he's healthy,
Yes, I like that.
one thing and next thing
Well,
too.
do the same for me now. Predict the women's gold medalist.
Oh,
Oh, that's going to be tougher
Oh, you just pick the men's easily.
men's easy.
because Shakari, Julian Alfred, and Sherika, I think Sherika will fine tune and fix things from last year and all that. Shakari in top form, Julian Alfred in top form. That now I would more have to say what's going on at the Olympics. But to
Mr.
go out
Watson,
on a-
you do have a
but no,
conscience.
to go out on a limb,
Yes.
I'm picking Alfred to win.
Alfred.
That's the most extraordinary, outrageous prediction. You
I'm
sir,
not sure
who's
now,
going to
you
win
know.
the Olympic gold medal? Women.
Women.
From a month out, we're calling it.
Yes, call it now.
Sharika.
I think you guys are barking mad. Shakari is at least 500ths of a second faster than everybody else this year.
we
I
don't
think that
believe in the organ
Shakari.
shock.
I think that Shakari will win the 100-meter goal. I think that they I think for the men, unfortunately, I think Lyles is a tournament man.
Lyles is a
He
9-8
will run
runner.
us. Yes,
9-8 can win.
Lyles will
9-8
win the
cannot win.
Olympics with 9-8, just like the Marcel
9-8
Jacobs.
cannot
Just
win.
like
9-8
Marcel
9-8
Jacobs.
9-8 cannot
Eh?
win.
Just like Marcel Jacobs.
Yes, sir.
It's not speed win the Olympics, you know. It's a tournament.
Yeah.
It's a tournament, gentlemen.
with you. I agree with
Right? And what we're going to do is we will probably have a guy who sets a track record in Paris. We will have somebody set the track record in the semis or the heat number
And
2
then come to the final.
and come to the final and lose to Noah Lyles.
Sound like ourselves, huh?
We're not calling us our finalists. That's
Noah
our
Lyles
never met.
is an experienced runner.
Yes.
And a big time runner.
Is a tournament runner.
Tournament. So that
Right?
prediction
Yes.
Can't fault it.
is
America will win gold in both things, and Jamaica will probably get silver.
in Stephen Francis.
Yes.
I trust.
In Steve I trust.
In Stephen,
I
I trust.
We shall
and
see.
I think that
I just can't into our seat now. I've been tracking the trend.
That's why I was holding back on the female
Yeah.
pick because I think that Sherika
You think Shelly Ann will medal in this Olympics?
is the next big time runner.
That's what I'm asking you.
I think she's on the well.
I think she
I
has
don't
some
think she's on the
fine-tuning.
podium because I think Sherika will be on the podium, Shakar will be on the podium, and
Alfred
will be on the podium.
I think that Shelly Ann will get a amazing start that nobody expected and probably get that silver medal.
Then Shakari.
Yes, I think that will happen. I think Shakari is the only human being outside of Ilian who could have run down Shelly Ann, given a good start. So I think that's all she wrote.
Sherika.
You know
Trying
why I
to go
say
fine tune Sherika as well.
Sherika came out the
Problem
blocks
with
late
Sherika,
last
I
night, you know.
don't see a race where Sherika fight for win yet. You see a race?
She fought last night.
Tell me the race.
'Cause
Oh, that race?
She fought last night because she was slow out of the blocks. And
What do
she
you
had to
make of
run
this
down Tia.
young Tia Clayton? The other sister was the faster sister most of the
Time. High
thing.
school,
And now this girl emerges, everybody saying that they told us long time.
10.86.
Yes, what do you
She's
make of it?
19, one of the fastest.
But what she
times.
run in the finals?
10.90
Right, well, 10.86 in the heats,
in the semis.
in the semis, heat same way. And 10.9 you say?
10.9 in the finals. Yeah. And
You think
she's 19.
she gonna make the Olympic finals?
With that time,
Yeah.
should. And again, who is our coach? Steve Francis. And
What is
Steve-
this thing about this
I'm
coach?
just saying, of course, you don't think running after this coaching
Of
as
course
well?
it has to do with the coach, but
And preparation.
I don't think the coach can tell you much more than boy run your fastest.
No, but I think, no. This is the preparation phase.
I see.
So I think the preparation phase, if they go out there and do whatever they do, I don't think it will be on the coach. But I think that he will get them prepared for the championship.
I see.
What they do at the championships now is up
Who
to
coach Jaden?
Hibbert?
Hibbert?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but he's a jumper
He's in
coach.
Jersey overseas.
A jumper coach. I forgot to double check on that one, but I was impressed with Tia Clayton. I mean, that's a big time, and I said she's still young, 19. So 10.86, 10.90, and to run it back to back shows that she's in that form. It's not a one-off.
It's amazing.
Because I saw somebody run, I think it was Jodine Williams run 11.01, which is a PB in the heats, and then in the semis she ran 11.2, and I didn't make the finals.
What do you guys make of Slowly?
I think she had a bad start. I think she had a long season, a longer season than
The others?
the others because she wasn't preparing to peak for the trials.
How many Jamaicans went on the 11 this year? Maybe about 3 or 4, don't?
Shelly now,
Shelly,
Tia,
Shelly,
Sharika, Brianna Liston,
And slowly.
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 So it's about 5.
Five.
Okay. All right.
I think Sasha Lee didn't. I think
Did Liston come in the finals? Brianna
Williams.
Williams. How did
was
she
in the
do?
final.
She was in the final. 11-1-5.
Oh dear.
She's
You're calling the curtains on that career?
No,
man, she's still young. She still has a way to go. I just need to just fight.
From she won that World Junior, she hasn't done.
You call the curtains on Elaine's career?
Yes, I am.
No, I'm not.
I know she said she's
she'll be
gonna
back next
fight.
year.
She's gonna fight and she's gonna be back.
She'll
But
be back next year.
I think that
Too much drama surrounding her. I don't think
She need to reassess
she'll
her
be back,
money.
but I don't think she'll be as formidable as she ever was.
She need to
I
reassess
don't
her
think
management team.
She'll get back into
that story
She
has
need, to
already
fix,
been written.
she need to fix the background work
Can't
and
work.
then come back to the track.
It
need to
doesn't
fix the
work like
I
background
don't
that.
see
nice.
that being fixed.
Fix the
I think
background nice.
God gives you one gift and you either take it or you don't take it. And I think that ship has
Yeah,
sailed.
that ship was going, 32, 33 now?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So, I mean,
Take a year off.
different mentality.
32, 33, it's time to call it on a table tennis career. You know?
Take a year off and come back late next year.
Don't work,
Shirley.
so
I don't think it works like that.
She'll be back
Other
next
notable
year.
performances for the championships. Gary Carter Woolman's running 10.07. That's the second fastest time for a junior. Buja Nkram was 9.9.
I remember.
Mm.
Yeah.
DeAndre Daly, who Gary Card beat, had the second fastest time of 10.08. So Gary Card ran 10.07. To me, that's an impressive time for a junior. Yeah. Tiana Terlan ran her PB 11.13. 17-year-old, I mean, 11.13. Again, one to look out for the future. I mean, Malik James King running the second fastest time for Jamaica in the 400-meter hurdles. For men, 47.42, winning national championships, beating Ron Clark and Jael Hyde came in third. To me, that was a big race in the stadium.
Tell me about that 4x400 team now. Are we still, is the window still open for us to qualify?
Tomorrow.
And therefore we're running a relay. Is it our best
Antonio Watson is injured, so he's out. The world champion.
So it's not our best team that's running again.
Well, who's fit?
Who is fit?
It's our best
we
fit team.
The
selected
top three,
from the
the finals
400.
was run yesterday. The top three, Sean Bailey, DeAndre Watkins won, Sean Bailey second, and Javon Paul third. All ran on the 40.
So a Jamaican All-Star team is going to run against club teams? Is that how we're going to do it?
against country.
Everyone
So
on
we
the
have to run against.
So we have brought which other countries here?
I'm not sure. I think St. Vincent. I'm not sure.
I see some foreigners last night running. Is one of them?
Yeah, they're
I see
running
some
because
Haiti
I
man
think,
and-
yeah, because what happens is that they don't have a trials in their country. The trials has
I
passed
think we'll field two
and they
Jamaican
don't
teams.
meet the qualified
So there'll be
time for
two Jamaica,
Olympics.
Jamaica 1, Jamaica 2.
Yeah. So and against two foreign
What is the
teams.
time we're trying to meet?
we're trying to do better than the 16th fastest country, I think, which I think is
2 minutes.
Ghana. It's an African team, and I think it's 2 minutes 59, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And the time we ran in the relays was 2 minutes 59, 75. So we were
Some seconds
some
off.
seconds out. So with this team now,
We should be able
three
to.
athletes under 45 who ran yesterday.
Yeah.
We
I
should
think
be able
that
to do it.
We should be able to do it. Given the rest period that they have and the form that they're in, should go tomorrow and
Well, I feel sorry for Ghana. Yeah.
who's where it is.
No.
We're in the 4x4.
I hope we make the 4x4.
Win one, win.
And people, I mean, time flies when we're at Primal. So the national championships is going on at the stadium currently. If you have time, go down there and cheer on the athletes. I mean, I was there yesterday and it was a electric
Yeah, man, that
atmosphere.
crowd look amazing
it
last
was,
night. Yeah.
more events to come, 200 meters, 400 women, you name it. There's a lot of events still going on today through tomorrow. So if you have time, go down to the stadium. Watch some great track and field. Again, I went to the stadium yesterday to see Shelika. That might be the last time Shelly run
In
Jamaican
local
soil.
soil?
Jamaica
Never
might
thought
be.
about it. Yeah.
It might be. So
Could well be.
to go there and see Shelly, to go there to see performances like Malik Kings James, Kishan Thompson,
Yeah.
who is now
By the way, the
on
nine-
everybody's radar.
But what did he jump?
The 977 by Kishan, isn't that a stadium record?
Yes. No,
I think Boulder 976.
In the national stadium?
I think so.
The flash time was 975, and they
973.
announced that it was a stadium 973, and they announced it was a stadium record.
Okay.
But they corrected it by the big old 400s of a second. It's a big correction, that you know.
976.
I don't understand that a correction. Usually, a correction is within 100 or 200. But why such a big
all the
correction?
races, the flash time was being off. Not just that race.
Why
all the races.
was
I
it
don't
off?
know.
The clock-
Last
the
night
clock-
times were very strange.
It's very strange. 'Cause when I saw it flash, I'm like,
Can't trust the clock.
Yeah.
So we can't trust the
can't
clock.
really trust that clock.
No, it's that
But-
clock.
But, I
But
mean,
there's another clock, which is the
but they're not
field
right down
clock.
and give us the true
Yeah,
time. So
which gives you true time. Yeah.
stadium was electric, and I'm sure today going through tomorrow as well is going to be electric. So look forward to that. I mean, if you're watching football, Jamaica play
Venezuela tomorrow night.
At seven,
At
yeah.
7. So that's on the cards. Cricket is T20 cricket is now over. I mean, so we
So
have
just-
Euros, Copa, track and field, and I mean,
Lots of sports.
and
Lots of
everything is
sport.
gearing up for
For-
Olympics, which starts July 16th to August 11th. So that's in a few weeks' time.
I think the Manning Cup.
Oh, those
is
groups
coming
are
up.
out.
Yeah, so next week we can just.
You're
touch
going
on
all the way
That's way
down
in
to that,
September.
man.
That's
You're
way in
going.
September.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to preview more of the Olympics because even so, we have an Olympic swimmer that qualified. So next week we'll break that more.
down somewhere.
Yeah.
And next week might be a pre-Olympic show.
Good point. Good point.
We'll highlight the US trials, the Jamaican trials, and see where we can posture for our medals: triple jump, long jump here,
Hurdles
sprints
there.
here, 4 hurdles. I mean, Rochelle Clayton, big up Rochelle Clayton winning in 52-51 yesterday again, a good time. So yeah, that's that. I mean, we've come to the end of another Primal episode where, I mean, time flies. When we're just
Having
talking what we love.
Who next? Who next? Who's up next?
DJ Teach Them. So again, big up all the listeners out there on
Fit FM.
Fit FM 96.7, the Primal
Face-
4K app.
Facebook, YouTube, and as Dale would put it, World Wide Web. And before we go, one other thing, famous co-host Dale Parham birthday.
Oh, that was
Celebrated his
Is it?
birthday the other day, so happy belated birthday.
Happy 55 day. Happy 55.
Yeah,
and again,
you
big
know,
up Roy Paul.
the whole
Coming,
team.
Roy Paul Jr., I mean, Triple Crown winner in 98 in Cuba, winning 6 national titles as well. So a former level badminton player, I mean, now retired. I mean, big
And remember, he wants to give back. You just need the gas.
Very
thank
important.
him, thank him again for taking time out to come on the show. And to all the listeners out there, without you, this couldn't be possible. So again, peace, one love from the Primal Sports X. DJ Teach Them, take them away.
Peace.